Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to walk you through some basic commands in Kali Linux. So this is going to be our mini course of Kali Linux command line basics, and this is a part 1 of this course. And let me clear one thing, that this course is for those people who are from non-IT background. I have students from mechanical, electronical and civil engineering backgrounds, and even I have students from commerce background, but they all are really interested in IT and cybersecurity. So this video is for beginners who doesn't know anything about command line. And if you are really interested in cybersecurity, then you should know the basics of Linux operating system and command line. And learning Kali Linux commands can help you in your career as a penetration tester, SOC analyst, or malware analyst. So without further ado, let's start. So what is Linux? Basically, Linux is a free and open source operating system based on a Unix operating system. It is widely used on servers, desktops, mobile devices, and embedded system. Linux is known for its stability, security, and flexibility. One of the main advantages of Linux is that it is highly customizable, allowing user to modify and distribute the source code. This has led to a large and active community of developers and users who contribute to its development and share their work freely. Linux is also known for its command line interface, which allows user to interact with the system using text command instead of a graphical user interface, that is GUI. This can be intimidating for some users, but it offers a lot of power and flexibility to those who are willing to learn it. There are many different distributions or distros of Linux available, each with its own unique features and community. Some popular examples include Ubuntu, Kali Linux, Parrot OS, Red Hat, Fedora, and CentOS. Basically, Ubuntu is a most popular and user-friendly Linux distribution that is based on Debian, and it is known for its ease of use and broad community support. We also have Kali Linux. Kali Linux is a Linux distribution that is designed for penetration testing and ethical hacking. It includes a wide range of security tools for testing and analyzing computer systems and networks. Next one, we have Parrot OS. Parrot OS is also a security-focused Linux distribution that is designed for ethical hacking. We can also use it for digital forensic and privacy. It includes a wide range of security tools and utilities, as well as privacy-oriented features and applications. Next distribution is Red Hat. Red Hat Enterprise Linux is a commercial Linux distribution that is designed for enterprise use and is known for its stability, security, and long-term support. It is often used in corporate environment and data centers. Next one, we have Fedora. Fedora is a community-driven Linux distribution that is sponsored by the Red Hat and is known for its great features and software. It is often used by developers who wants to experiment with the latest technology. Last one, we have CentOS. CentOS is a Linux distribution that is based on Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and it is designed for enterprises use with the focus on stability, security, and long-term support. So these are some popular distribution of Linux operating system, but in this video we are going to focus on Kali Linux. Okay, so let's install Kali Linux in VirtualBox. First of all, let's download the VirtualBox. Okay, you have to search VirtualBox download for Windows, and you have to click on this first link. We'll put the link in the description box. So for Windows, you have to click on this link, that is Windows host. So click on the Windows host link. I have already downloaded this VirtualBox. So let's go to the downloads folder, and here is our application. You have to give the user access control. Yes. So I'm installing the VirtualBox 7.0.6 setup. Let's click on next, and this is the location. I'm installing it in C drive. Click on next. So it's a warning that installing the Oracle VM VirtualBox networking features will reset your network connection and temporarily disconnect you from the network. Okay, so proceed with the installation now. Yes. So missing dependencies, Python core and Win32 API. So we have to install these packages. Let's click on yes and click on install. It will take some time. Start Oracle VM after installation. Okay, I want to start it. So let's click on the finish button. Okay, so we have installed our VirtualBox. Now we have to install the Kali Linux. So let's go to the kali.org site and Kali Linux download, and you have to click on this first link. Okay, that is from kali.org. So choose your platform. So the first one is virtual machine and the second one is installer image, and these two are recommended. Okay, so we'll go with the installer images. Okay, because it's a direct access to hardware and customized Kali kernel, no overhead, and it requires, I have already installed this, but it requires a lot of space, by the way. So we'll go with the installer images. Okay, so click on it. You have to select the architecture like 64-bit or 32-bit. I'm selecting the 64-bit, and you have to click on this. This is an ISO file. I'm gonna cancel it. So I have already downloaded this version of Kali Linux, that is 2022.4. So let's go to our download folder and see, this is an installer image in this Kali folder. Okay, go to the VirtualBox and click on this new button, and you have to write the name of the virtual machine. So let's write our Kali Linux. Okay, as per your choice, you can name your VM. So this is a default folder. Okay, it's in the C directory. Type is Linux. Okay, and the version is Debian 64. This one. Okay, click on it. So we'll install the ISO image after we complete this configuration. Okay, let's click on next, and the 4 GB will be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna allocate 4 CPU. One CPU is also sufficient because I want it to run smoothly. So that is the reason I have used 4 CPU. Okay, let's click on next. You have to select this option, that is create a virtual hard disk now, and 20 GB is sufficient. Let's click on next. Okay, and here is a summary, that is machine name is Kali Linux, machine folder is our C folder. We'll add our ISO image. Okay, and the memory is 4 GB, processor is 4 CPU, and disk size is 20 GB. Okay, let's finish it. Okay, and you have to select it, go to the settings, and here you can also change the name and the system configuration, that is the base memory and the CPU. Let's click on display. So video memory, I'm gonna use 128 MB. Okay, because it will look great. Okay, and click on storage, and this is one of the most important step of installing the Kali Linux. So click on this empty disk, and you have to select the disk over here, and you have to click on this choose a disk file option. Go to the downloads. So inside our Kali folder we have our ISO image. Open it. So click on OK. So we have done all the configuration, and if you want to make certain changes, so you can click on the settings and you can view these details. Okay, system related, display related, storage related, network related. Currently I'm using the NAT. Okay, you can also switch from NAT to bridge adapter. Let me cancel it. So we have selected our Kali Linux. Okay, now we have to start it. So you can see this green option. Okay, that is start. So let's start our machine, and it will begin the installation. So here is our Kali Linux installer menu, and we're gonna doing the graphical installation. Okay, so let me hit enter. So the English will be fine. Continue. So I'm in India, okay. So we'll select India. Continue. Key map to use the configure the keyboard. So the American English will be fine. Click on continue. In scanning installation media, okay. Detect and mount installation media. So it will take some time. So for host name, I'm gonna leave the Kali as our default name. Okay, let's continue. Domain name, we don't have domain name, so we'll leave it as blank. Click on continue. So full name of the new user, so I will provide my name, that is Afshan. Click on continue. So the username for your account is Afshan. Okay, I'm fine with it. Continue. So let's set up the password. Please re-enter the password. Okay, let's continue. Leave it as a default option for partition disk, that is guided. Use entire disk. Let's hit continue. And I'm leaving it as default. Click continue. And this is also fine, okay. The all file in one partition, recommended for new users. Okay, we are the new user, by the way. So let's click on continue. Okay, finish partitioning and write changes to the disk. Yes, we want it. Continue. So the following partitions are going to be formatted. Write the changes to the disk. Yes. Click on continue. Now it's installing the base system and it will take some time, okay. Now it's configuring the package manager and installing the software. These are the software selection. I am happy with this configuration. Let me continue. Okay, so retrieving file 2412. It will take maybe 4 to 5 minutes, huh? Now we have to click on install the grub bootloader. So yes, let's click on continue. And we'll select this virtual driver over here. Click on continue. Okay, so the bootloader, it will take maybe 2 to 3 minutes. So the installation is completed. We have to click on continue to reboot. So it is starting, booting into 1 second. Okay, cool. So the username is Afshan and the password is okay. Let's log in. Okay. So yes, we have successfully installed the Kali Linux on our VirtualBox. So let's start off with the first command, that is mkdir. Basically, mkdir means make directory, and it is used to create new directories or folders within the file system. The mkdir commands takes one or more arguments which specify the name of the directory to be created. So you have to write mkdir and provide the name of the directory or folder you want to create. Next one, we have rmdir. RMDIR is an opposite of mkdir. With the help of RMDIR, we can remove an empty directory from the file system. The RMDIR command takes one or more argument which specify the name of the directories to be removed. It is important to note that the RMDIR command can only remove empty directories. If a directory contains any files or subdirectories, or we can say subfolders, the command will fail with an error message. So make sure that you remember that we can use RMDIR if the folder is empty. Okay. Next one, we have ls. ls command is used to list the files and the directories in a given folder or directory. So we'll see that in a practical. Next one, we have cat command. Cat command is used to display the content of one or more files in a terminal window. The name cat stands for concatenate, as the command can also be used to combine the content of multiple files into a single output. Next one, we have pwd. pwd stands for print working directory. It is the command in Linux that prints the full path of a current working directory. When you run the pwd command, it prints the absolute path of the current working directory, which is the directory you are currently in. Next one, we have a touch command. Touch commands can create a new file with a specified name or updates the modification and access times of an existing file. So you just have to write touch and provide the file name. For example, touch test.txt. So this is how you can create an empty file in Linux. Next one, we have mv. So we use mv command for two purposes. First one is to move the directory or file, and the second one is for renaming a file. Next one, we have rm. It's a pretty straightforward command. We used rm to remove or delete files and directories. Next one, we have cp. Cp command is used for copying files and directories in the file system. Next one, we have grep. Grep is used to search for a specified pattern or regular expression in a file or output of a command. Like if you want to search for a specific pattern in a file, for example, if you want to search any keyword, okay, so you can use the grep command. Next one, we have find. Find command is used to search for files and directories in a specified location or subdirectory. The find command searches for files and directories based on a range of criteria such as name, type, size, time of the last access or modification, and ownership. So with the help of find command, we can simply search for a specific file. Let's see the next command, that is nano. Nano is a simple text editor that is easy to use for beginners. It can be used to edit configuration files, scripts, and other text files. So in Windows, we have Notepad. You can think like that, in Linux operating system, we have Nano. You can use Nano. Nano is also a text editor. Let's see the next command, that is cd. cd stands for change directory, and it is a command in Linux that allows you to navigate the file system by changing the current working directory. Next command, we have head. Head is used to display the first few lines of a file. By default, head displays the first 10 lines of a file, but you can specify a different number of lines to display using the -n option followed by the number. Head command is useful when you want to quickly preview the content of a file without opening it in an editor, or when you want to verify that a file has expected structure and format. Overall, the head command is a simple but useful tool for working with text files in a Linux environment. Next one, we have tail. Tails do the opposite of head because it displays the last few lines of a file. By default, tail displays the last 10 lines of a file, but you can specify a different number of lines to display using the -n option followed by a number. The tail command is useful when you want to monitor the output of a log file or other continuously updating file in real time. Next one, we have more. This command is used to display the contents of a file one page at a time. You can use the spacebar to go to the next page and enter key to go one line at a time. More command is really helpful when you have a large text file and you have to read the text. Let's see the next category, that is system information command. So we have uname-a command. Uname is used to display system information about the current machine. It prints out a line of text that includes various details about the OS and hardware, including the operating system name and version number. Next command is date command. Date is a very pretty straightforward command, like it is used to display the current date and time on a system. Next command is cal. Cal is short for calendar, and it is used to display a calendar for a current month or a specified month and a year. Next one, we have uptime. It is used to display the current time, the length of the time the system has been running, the number of users currently logged on to the system, and the system load average for the past 1, 5, and 15 minutes. So it's a very handy command for system administrator as well. Let's see the next command, that is last reboot, and it is used to display information about the system's previous reboots. Specifically, it shows a list of all system reboots along with the date and time they occurred, the length of the time the system has been up since the reboot, and the number of users currently logged in. So overall, the last reboot command is a useful tool for monitoring the system's reboot history and diagnosing any issues related to the system reboots. Next command is host name. Host name is used to display or set the host name of the system. The host name is the name assigned to a computer or device on a network, and it is used to identify the system when communicating with other systems on the network. It's a very cool command, by the way. Next one, we have W. The W command is used to display information about currently logged in users and their activities. Specifically, it shows the information such as username, terminal name, or identifier. Next command is whoami. Whoami command is used to display the current username of the logged in user, and it has no options or arguments and simply prints the current user's name to the terminal. Let's see the next category of the command, that is user management command. And in user management command, we have who used to display information about users who are currently logged into the system. The who command has no options or arguments and simply prints a list of currently logged in user to the terminal. For each user, the who command displays the login name, terminal or pseudo terminal device, date and time of login, and the IP address or host name of the system from which the user logged in. The who command is useful for quickly checking who is currently logged into the system. Next one, we have add user. This command is used to add a new user account to the system. By default, a home directory is created for the user. Next command is passwd. This command is used to set or change the password for a user account. You can run this command as a user to change your own password or as the super user to change another user's password. Next command is su. Su is short for switch. This command is used to switch to another user account. By default, it switches to the super user account, but you can specify a different username to switch to that user's account. Next command is sudo. This command is used to run a command with super user privileges. By default, you need to have the correct permission to be a member of the sudo group. to use this command, but you can configure sudo to allow specific users or groups to run certain commands with elevated privileges. Next one, we have ID. ID is used to display the information about a user account, including the user ID, group ID, and supplementary group memberships. Next one is a history command, and as the name suggests, it displays a list of most recently executed commands in the current terminal session. It allows you to view and recall previously executed commands, making it easier to repeat or modify commands that you have used in the past. So when you type a command into the terminal, it is added to the history list, and you can then view the history list by typing the history command. Next one is a clear command, and as the name suggests, it is used to clear the terminal screen and move the cursor to the top left corner of the screen. So we have some network related commands in Kali, and I think as a beginner you should know it. First one is apt. This command is used for package management on Debian based Linux distribution, and Kali is one of the Debian based Linux distribution we have. The apt can be used to install, remove, and update software packages and their dependencies. Like if you want to update the system, so you just have to write apt update. Okay. Next one, we have wget. This command is used to download files from the web. It can be used to download files using HTTP, HTTPS, and FTP protocol. Next one, we have echo. The echo command in Linux is used to display a message or value on the terminal screen. It is often used in scripts and shell command to print out text or variables, and it can also be used to create files or redirect output to other commands or files. Next command is my favorite, that is man. Man command is used to display the manual pages for a specific command, utility, or function. The manual pages contain detailed information about the usage, syntax, options, and example of a command or utility. So as an administrator or as a ethical hacker, I think everyone should know man command. It is a very handy command if you don't know the working of any command, so you can write man and provide that command name, so you will see how you can use the particular command. Next we have SSH. So SSH is used to connect to a remote server securely over the network. It can be used to run commands on the remote server, transfer files, and perform other tasks. Next one, we have ifconfig. Ifconfig is used to display information about the network interfaces on the system, such as the IP addresses, netmask, and network status. Next, we have ping. Ping command is used to test network connectivity by sending packets to a remote host and measuring the response time. So if you want to check the network connectivity of the remote host, so you can write ping and provide the IP address, so you will receive the packets. Okay. And the last command of this video is service. This command is used to manage system services such as starting, stopping, and restarting, and checking the status of the service. So these are 40 commands for this video. It's time for practical. So let's perform all of these commands in the terminal. Okay, so we are in our virtual machine. So let's go to the terminal. Okay, so let's write the pwd command, that is print working directory, like where we are. So we are in the home directory, and Afshan is my name. Obviously it is my machine. So we are in Afshan's home directory. So if you want to check how many files and directories are in this folder or directory, you can write ls command to see that. So we have desktop, documents, downloads, Kali Linux is a folder. We have music, pictures, public, templates, and videos. Okay. Now let's create a directory with the help of mkdir. So name of the directory will be recon. Recon is for reconnaissance. So let's hit enter and let's see if the directory is created or not with the help of ls command. And this recon is there. Okay, you want to go to the recon directory. Okay, we want to change the folder. What we will do, let me clear the screen, write ls. So you want to go to the recon directory. So you have to write cd and provide the name. Okay, and you can use the tab to auto complete. Okay, recon, and once you press tab, so it will auto complete the name of the file or directory. Let's hit enter, and we are in the recon directory or recon folder. Let's create a file. Okay, let's create a file that is with the help of Nano. Nano is a text editor, and we'll create the recon report.txt. Okay, let's hit enter. So here you can write anything you want. Recon report. With the help of Control Shift V, you can paste the text. Okay, and if you want to write out this text, so you have to click on Control O for writing, hit enter, and write Control X to exit. Let's see the file is created or not. ls, and the recon report is there. Now you want to see the content of the file. Okay, so with the help of cat command, you can see that recon report, and this is the information we have in the file. Okay, let me go to the file, go to preferences. I'm sorry, preferences, and you can change the font size. 21, Fira code medium, apply. Okay, so this is the text we have in our recon report. Okay, you can use the more command, more recon report, and with the help of more command you can see the one page at a time. You have to hit enter to go to the next line, and you can also use the space bar to go to the next page. Okay, Control C to get out of that. Let me clear the screen with the help of clear command. Okay, now let's see the head command. Head recon, like it will display the 10 lines. Okay, first 10 line of this file, right, first 10 lines. Now if you want to specify the lines, like head -n 20 lines, okay, you can explicitly provide it with the help of -n command, recon report. Okay, and it will show the 20 lines. If you just want to see the 5 lines, okay, so you can write 5 here. Instead of 20, you can write 5, and it will display the 5 lines. Let me clear the screen. You can use Control L, Control plus L to clear the screen. Okay, let's use the tail command, tail recon report. It will display the last 10 lines of the file. See, the OS platform running network services, it's the last portion of the file, and you can specify the number of lines, last 3 lines of this recon report, so you can see that. Okay, 3 lines. Now let's use the touch command. Now let me clear the screen with Control plus L. Okay, now let's use the touch command, touch recon 1. Let's hit enter, and let's hit ls, and yeah, the recon 1 is created. Let's cat it. We don't have anything, by the way. Recon 1, yeah, we don't have anything, so let's use nano recon 1, and let's write it here, recon 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, control plus O for write, enter, Control X. Okay, now let's see the content of recon 1, and yes, we have 1 2 3 4 5 these numbers. If you want to remove this file, okay, or delete this file, so you can write rm recon 1. Okay, hit enter, write ls to see the content, and we don't have the recon 1 file. Okay, now let's create a file that is Hebrew letters, and Aleph, Bet, with dalit mem noon zain lamed. Control plus O, enter, Control X. Let's see the content of this Hebrew letters. Yes, alif bet bet. It is not in order, by the way. I'm still learning, so please forgive me if you are watching it from Israel. Now you want to change the file name, okay, like from Hebrew letters to Hebrew learning. Let me clear my screen first. Cat Hebrew letters. Okay, so now we have to use mv command to rename the file. So we have to write the name of the file that you want to rename and provide the new name of the file, Hebrew learning. Okay, I'm renaming this Hebrew letters file to Hebrew learning. Let's hit enter, write ls, and you will see the name has changed from Hebrew letters to Hebrew learning. So let's first create a directory, and with the help of mkdir we can create that, Hebrew learning. Let's hit ls, and yeah, the folder is there. So I want to move this file. Okay, I want to move this file to Hebrew learning. So what I will do, let me clear the screen. Okay, with the help of mv command we can do that. I have to write Hebrew learning and I have to provide the path of this folder. Okay, that is, we are in the same folder, by the way, so we have to write Hebrew learning directory. Hit enter, write ls, and we don't have this Hebrew learning file in our recon folder or recon directory. Okay, we have to go to the Hebrew learning folder. Let's go there with the help of cd Hebrew learning, write ls to see the file. Okay, and the content is same. With the help of cat command you can see the content, and the content is same. Now I want to copy this file. Okay, I want this file in our recon folder. Okay, I don't want to move it, I want a copy of this file. So let's first clear the screen. Okay, so I want this file to be in the recon folder. So let's write cp and provide this file name, that is Hebrew learning, and you have to provide the path, that is home Afshan, and in Afshan we have recon directory, right? So let's hit enter. Okay, let's hit ls. We have the Hebrew learning file in the Hebrew learning directory. Now let's go to the recon directory. Okay, we'll see the copy of the file. Cd dot dot, you will go back to the previous directory with the help of this command, cd dot dot. Let's hit enter, and we are in the recon folder. Okay, let's hit ls. Yes, we have the Hebrew learning file in our recon. So we have two copies of Hebrew learning text file. First in our recon folder, second copy is in our Hebrew learning. Okay, now let's try to delete this Hebrew learning directory with the help of rmdir Hebrew learning. Okay, so we got this error, that is failed to remove Hebrew learning directory is not empty. So make sure that you remember that rmdir only removes the empty directories. So for removing this Hebrew learning folder, we have to use the rm. Okay, rm Hebrew learning directory. Okay, so we cannot remove the Hebrew learning because it's a directory and we have content. Okay, we have the content. So with the help of rm-r, the recursive delete, okay, delete everything, and you have to provide the name of the directory. Okay, let's hit ls, and we don't have this Hebrew learning in our recon folder. Okay, so this is how you can use the rm command. Now let's use the grep command, grep alif in Hebrew. So we want to see alif in the Hebrew learning file. Let's hit enter, and yes, the alif is there. Let's use the grep command to find active in our recon report, and yes, we have this actively an active machine. Like you can search for the keywords. Okay, if you have a specific keywords in your mind, you want to search it in a file, So you can use the grep command, like it will match the pattern. Okay, whatever you provide here, it will match it. Okay, so let's use the find command. So this will be our command, like find. This dot means search in the current directory, or hyphen name will specify the name of the file, and we are using the star.txt, that is an extension that we are giving, that find the all txt files in the current directory. Okay, let's hit enter, and as you guys can see, recon report is also there, and the phishing.txt is also there. Now let's write the uname command, uname -a. It will display the system information about the current machine, the operating system name, version, architecture information. Now let's hit date command. So it's Monday, 6 March and 2023, and it is a time that 2:35 a.m. and it's night, the IST time. Okay, let's hit the cal command, that is for calendar, and it is the March calendar. Let me clear the screen. Let's write the uptime command. So the current time, okay, 2:35. The length of the time the system has been running, that is 31 minutes. One user, obviously I'm using it, and here's the system load average. Okay, now let's hit the last reboot command. Last reboot, and here is the information about the last reboot. Okay, 6 March still running, and this is the information. This is your information, might be different. Okay, so this is a report of last reboot. Now let's hit the host name command. Let me clear the screen. Host name, and it is a Kali. Okay, obviously my host name is Kali. Let's hit W command to display information about currently logged in users and their activity. So here is Afshan, terminal name, login time, idle time, total CPU time used by all processes attached to this terminal, and the total CPU time used by the current process. Let's hit who am I? Who am I? I'm Afshan. Let's use the sudo su command, sudo su, to become root. Okay, you have to provide the password, by the way. And let's write who am I now. Now I'm root. Okay, and if you want to exit from the root, you can write the exit, and you will be a normal user. Okay, let me clear the screen, and let's write who command. I'm Afshan, and it is a login date and login time. Okay, and the terminal name as well. Let's write the id command to see the information about this user, that is user id Afshan, group id, groups. Okay, these are the informations we have. Let me clear the screen. Let's add a user, that is Ali. Hit enter. Okay, only root may add a user or group to the system. Okay, so let's become root, sudo su, and now let's add a user. Add user Ali, new password, retype a new password, full name Ali, room number. Okay, let's hit enter. Work phone number, hit enter. Home phone, enter. Other, enter. Is the information correct? Yes, enter. So let's check if this user is created or not. Let's hit ID and provide the name Ali, and yes, it is created. The group is also created. Okay, great. Now if you want to change the password of this user, okay, so what we will do, let me clear the screen first. With the help of passwd, we can change the password of this user, that is Ali. Hit enter, provide the new password. Okay, password updated successfully. Great. So we have add a user, we have changed the password of this user. Now let's use the man command. Okay, man And for find command, we can see the man pages. So it's a manual page, okay? Search for a files in a directory hierarchy. These are the synopsis, description. We have, you can use these options. Okay, if you want to quit from the manual pages, you have to write Q for quit. You can search it for mkdir as well. Make directories, create a directory if they do not already exist. Okay, you can see that in your free time, you can learn it. I'm hitting Q now for quit. Okay, let me clear the screen. Now let's use the apt command, apt update, to update the system. If you want to update the system, you can write apt update. Let's hit enter. Okay, 16%, 19, 23. So we have updated our system. Let's use the wget command to download the files from the web. Okay, so this is how you can use the wget command. We are downloading the web page of tesla.com. Let's hit enter. Okay, so the index.html is created. Let's see the index.html ls, and here we have index.html. Let's cat it. Okay, so this is the result. Okay, the web page we have downloaded. So this is how you can use the wget command. Now let's use the ifconfig command to see the details of the network. Okay, eth0, the loopback IP address. This is our loopback IP address. This is the inet IP address. We have net mask. Let's use ping command for google.com. Like, you have to provide the domain name of the site. Let's see if the google.com is up or not. And yes, we are receiving it. Let me copy the IP address. Let me hit Ctrl+C, and let's ping the IP address. Like, you can ping the IP address as well as the domain name. Hit enter. It's a Google IP address, by the way. I have copied it, and we are receiving the packet. That means the host is up. Ctrl+C to quit this. Okay, so let's use the echo command. This is how you can use the echo command, semicolon, and you can display the text in the terminal. Hello world. Okay, so let's write our last command, that is history, to see the history. So we have write ping command, ifconfig. Okay, these are the previous commands. Great. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you like it. If you did, then please share this video with your friends who are from the non-IT background, and make sure that you guys are subscribing to my YouTube channel. We'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and keep learning. Bye bye.